Now, for those that are not familiar with our standard harness racing reports, let me just go through the various components of the report quickly and explain what each of them is. Here is an example of a race, CompuBet report covering race number 9 from Tioga Downs, May 25th. Obviously, this is an exceptional report in that we picked the horse on top, the 4-horse, who ended up winning the race and paying $92 to win. But more importantly, I want to explain what the various aspects of this report are. So let me just highlight the report itself so that I can point out various things. The first thing we have is the program number. This is the number that you'll use to bet with. The name of the horse. Over to the right, the name of the driver and the rating for the driver. This is a generic rating that we give based on statistical information for each driver at that track and nationwide, including Canada. Obviously, the specific track statistics weigh differently than nationwide stats, but each driver at each track has a rating. The same driver at another track might have a different rating. So we'll go back to the report on the various features of the report, and the next thing we'll look at is the morning line. We're all familiar with the morning line in the race program. This can be meaningful, it can be meaningless, but it's what we have. It's provided by the handicapper of each track. Then we have a point rating. As you can see, each horse in the race is rated numerically, which is a composite rating of all the handicapping factors that we analyze, and there are probably 50. We won't go into all of them now, but the report includes some of the most important ones. The next item, which I'll explain, is form. Form is basically that. It looks at the last several races for each horse and gives a numerical rating for those horses, for each horse, as to where they finished in those recent starts, firsts and seconds and thirds and fourths, etc. Obviously, horses that win more get a higher rating. Obviously, horses that lose more or win less get a lower rating. So as you can see, in this particular race, the winning horse had a 65 rating. There was a 75, a 60, a 65, and those were the 3 or 4 top form rated horses in this race. The next category is class. Class is a rating of the horse, the competition that each horse has faced in its most recent starts. Horses with a higher class rating obviously have been racing in tougher company. So the highest class ratings here would have been the 5-horse, and then you have several 85s, a couple of 84s, and an 83. Anything within 3 to 4 points of the top rated horse in the race would be considered to be competitive. When you start to get down 5 or 6 points less in class, I would say you have a significant disadvantage. And then speed. CompuBet speed ratings are the best in the business, no questions. And as you can see, this horse had a 157 flat rating. There was a 157 and 1. There was a 156 and 9, with a horse who had the 7-hole, had a form rating somewhat inferior and a slightly superior class rating. But that is the information that's contained in our reports. One of the important things to look at is point spread. This horse did not have a significant advantage, only a 1.4 point spread over the next horse. And then there was approximately 7 or 8 point spread to the next horse. This is a very competitive race, very competitive. There's no significant gap anywhere here. Absolutely a very competitive race, which oftentimes do lead to some significant payoffs. When you get your 220 and 240 winners is when you have a significant advantage on the part of the favorite, and everybody can see that. CompuBet does its best sometimes in these tightly bunched groups where anybody can win, and the money spread around evenly through the pools.